Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel, or if you are joining me for the first time on this video, then hello, welcome. My name is Lucy, and today I did the second part of my two-part series using the new Morphe palettes. This one today I used is the 35V Stunning Vibes palette. I was blown away with love and support on my previous video using the Morphe 35M palette. So I'm really excited to have filmed this video for you guys today, and I hope you're going to love it just the way you loved the other one. With this palette I created this blue cut crease look. It's inspired by a style that I used to really love doing back in the beginning of the year. So I just reused that style of eyeshadow and changed up the colours. So I really hope you guys enjoy the video, and if you want to see how I created this look, then just keep watching. Okay, so as usual I am starting with my eyebrows. I'm starting by taking the Anastasia Brow Wiz. This is in the shade Taupe. I'm going to run that through my brows and then finish off by defining them using the Morphe Brow Gel in the shade Biscotti. And then I'm using my Collection Life's Imperfection concealer. This is in the shade Zero Extra Fair to carve underneath my eyebrows and then prime my lids using the P. Louise base. This one, for everyone who always asks me what shade, this is in the shade 1 I use to prime my lids because I'm very fair and this one works well for me. So the style of eyeshadow I'm going to go for today is actually an old favourite of mine. At the beginning of the year I used to love doing this style of eyeshadow. So it's like a rounded cut crease, but you've got a sharp edge on the end. So for that sharp edge I'm just going to be taking some tape. I think this is called micropore tape, but I'm not entirely sure. And I'm going to use this along the side of my eye to get that nice sharp edge. So I like to follow it on from the shape of my lower lash line and wing it out to the side. That's where the tape is gonna go. Don't say you're on the run to the other. So I'm sure you can see from the title of the video, but today I'm going to be playing around with the Morphe 35V Stunning Vibes palette. I decided to do this video after, obviously, you guys might have seen my previous one using the 35M. These two palettes came out at around the same time. And I was originally going to do a joint video using both of them, but I thought it would be a way better idea to just do two separate videos and use both the palettes separately. So that's exactly what I'm going to do today with this one. First of all, never mind that I have taped down this name sheet at the top. It just makes things easier when I'm coming to name the shadows. And secondly, obviously this is a very different sort of colour scheme to the other palette. This one has 4 columns of neutral sort of warm brown tones, and then the last 3 columns are more purples, blues, blacks and darker sort of shades. But this again is a very, very autumnal palette, and I'm actually very excited to dig into it. So I'm not sure about you guys, but when I look at this palette, the first thing I see is this blue column right here. So I think it's only fair that I sort of dig in to that column today. But first of all, I'm going to start with the black shade at the bottom corner. This is the shade Little Black Book. I'm just picking up that shade on my Anastasia A14 brush. This is a really small little rounded dense crease brush, and it's my favourite brush, if anyone's watched my videos before, to pack the first colour on through the crease. The next shade I'm going to go in with is the deep purple right down here. I'm not sure if it's showing up purple on camera, but it is a dark purple, and the name of this colour is Bad Boy. So I'm going to take that on my Morphe E18 brush and take it right on top of the black. And I'm going to go on top of that with this shade here, which is the blue in the palette. It's called Rendezvous. Just whilst I've been thinking about it, I just quickly want to do a quick disclaimer to say that the blending that I do on camera and that you see in the tutorials isn't only what I've been doing to create the final look, if that makes sense. I do spend a lot of time off camera and, you know, in clips that I don't include in my videos, blending away, switching between brushes, making sure I've got it as smooth as possible, because I have some people who message me or leave comments on my videos saying, oh, you make it look so easy in your videos, blah blah. And I just want to say that I do obviously turn off the camera and continue to blend in the meantime as well, because if I didn't and I was blending on camera, it would be the longest video in the world. So I only really show you the beginning of the blend and then I go off camera and finish it to make it look how I want it to. So I'm just sort of saying that to make sure that you guys take your time with blending. It's not going to come perfectly, it's not a quick process. Like, my videos are probably about 15 minutes. I don't do this entire look in 15 minutes. Of course I don't. I go off camera, I cut bits out. So yeah, blending is a really important process and you've really got to work at it and keep going and do it until you achieve the look you desire, really. Okay, so now it's time for me to cut my crease. However, you guys know that a black eyeshadow with white concealer is not going to go down well, so I'm just going to remove some of that product with a Q-tip and some makeup remover into the shape I want it, and then I'm going to go on top with the concealer afterwards. So for the fun part, I'm taking my Zoeva 144 brush and my P. Louise base on the back of my hand. Wow, my hand gets into a state when I film. But my P. Louise base in the shade 0 and my 144 concealer brush, and I'm going to go in and cut the crease. I hope you guys can kind of see what I'm doing. I know I don't talk through it whilst I'm doing it, but I'm literally just cutting my crease to a semicircle over my whole eyelid. The idea then is that I'm going to go in with a liner across here, so it's almost like, I don't know, I don't really know how to explain it, but it will look good in the end. Trust the process, okay? So now I have my cut crease in place. I'm just going to quickly swap back to the P. Louise palette because I want to use the white shade. This palette, again, like the other palette, does not have a white shade in it. This one up here is a shimmer, and I kind of just want to set the cut crease with a matte white. So that's what I'm going to do quickly before going in with the rest of it. Then I'm going to go in with the shimmer dark blue here, which is called Stud, and I'm going to take that on an angled liner brush and I'm just going to use that as my liner. So I'm going to take it across the lid, meeting the blend on the outer half. Wow, that is really pretty. That shade, I don't even know if it's showing up, is so pretty. It's literally unreal. Now here's the moment of truth. Oh yeah, that was a good one. So for my skin today, I'm just going to do something super light and super sort of glowy and natural looking. So I'm just going to take my NYX Total Control Drop Foundation. This one is in the shade Natural, and I'm going to distribute that around my face to begin. Then, as usual, brightening under my eyes using the Revolution Conceal and Define C1 Concealer. And to contour today and warm up my face, I'm actually going to take the NYX Cream Contour and Highlight Pro palette. It's basically the cream version of the powder one that I like using. So I'm going to use this just to warm up the perimeters of my face. And the only part I'm really going to set is under my eyes, just because I actually like the look of the glowy skin. So I'm taking the same palette but in the powder version, and I'm just going to go in with the light shade here. To highlight my face, I'm actually going to take the same palette and take the only highlighter shade, which is the top left up here. This is actually a really pretty highlighter, and it's not one I would have sort of reached for, but it's actually really nice. So okay, bringing you back in to do the under eyes, I'm starting with the shade Fling. This is the dark navy blue right here, and I'm going to take that right underneath my lower lashes. Then I'm going to take the lighter matte blue shade again. I realised earlier that I had called it Rendezvous. That's actually the shade underneath. This one is called Hit It Off. And seeing as both of those colours look the exact same colour, I'm just going to take the Little Black Book shade again and just deepen up the lower lash line. Okay, I'm going to go off camera and add some lashes and some liner in my waterline, and I will be back to finish with the lips. Okay, so I just finished off my eyes by popping on a pair of lashes. These are the unicorn lashes in the shade in the style Forget Me Not. They are so pretty. I don't even know if you guys can see them, but they are really, really beautiful. I'm obsessed with these lashes. And to finish off the look, I'm just going to finish with the lips. So I'm taking the Kylie liquid lipstick in the shade Boy Bye. Okay, so let's sum up my thoughts on the 35V Stunning Vibes palette. I really enjoyed using this palette. I know I say that about pretty much every palette I use on my channel, but I honestly don't really have a bad word to say about it. I was really impressed by the dark shades, in particular the black and the deep purple, because sometimes with dark colours they can go a little bit chalky and patchy, but that was not the case for this palette. I actually really liked the pigmentation and the formula of these shadows, and they blended really nicely together. Again, one thing I would like to have seen in this palette is a white shade in replacement for this shimmer up here. I'd like to have seen a matte white in either one of the palettes, but at the end of the day, if you have another palette elsewhere that has a white in it, then it's not such a problem, but I think it would have just made it a little bit more versatile to have a matte white shade in it. Again, I know I didn't use all of the colours, obviously. I only really used these sort of few rows here, but I can imagine that the brown shades and the red shades work really nicely. I have been swatching some of these shimmers and they are so pretty. This one is stunning. It's like a rose gold. But yeah, I really liked using this palette. I don't know how much use I'll get out of it if I'm 100% honest, just because I don't tend to use blues and purples all that often, but I mean, it was really nice to work with and I will use it again if I need to. So you guys, this is the finished look right here using the 35V palette. I am really happy with how it turned out. I did not expect to like it the way I did, considering it's blues and I'm not really the biggest fan of blue eyeshadows, but I think it works really well and it looks really good. So I really hope you guys enjoyed watching this tutorial, and if you did, then please leave a thumbs up and a comment below. I'd also really love if you could subscribe to my channel. I can't believe we're already at 4.3k, I think, as it stands. I don't know how many will be on by the time this video goes live, but we are on our way to 5k, which is unbelievable. So thank you guys so much for all the support. I really do appreciate it. Don't forget also to follow me over on my Instagram, which is at Lsgmakeup. You can see all of my looks over on there, including this one. It should be going up soon, so please keep an eye out on there. I also really quickly just want to say a huge thank you to you guys for really supporting my Morphe 35M video. I was not expecting for it to get over 10,000 views, which is ridiculous considering my channel only has less than 5,000 subscribers. So I'm so glad you guys were enjoying that video, and a lot of you were saying you really learned something from it, which is the most amazing thing. I'm really glad I was able to inspire and help you guys. So thank you so much for the love over on that one. If you guys have not yet seen that video, I will link it somewhere on the screen now if you guys wanted to click on it and go and watch that. But for now, that is the finished look with my 35V Stunning Vibes palette. I really hope you guys did enjoy, like I said before, and I will catch you in my next video. Bye!